Just been promoted from within the team? You must be a gun. No need for help here. Ease up, Turbo. There's more to this than you might think.
Just lead.
On this channel, I've covered in the past what you should be doing as a new leader in your first month. But a set of these individuals warrants a deeper dive, and it's the ones that are promoted from within. When you're promoted from within, you face a set of challenges that are far different and far greater in some ways than those that are brought in from the outside. There is a slew of team dynamics and politics that you will need to navigate and do so quickly if you're going to establish yourself as an effective leader. If you have been promoted from within, this list of priorities that I'm about to tell you will shore yourself up and ensure you become the effective leader that you need to be for your old team. Finding out the latest rumours around the workplace is a pretty fun way to spend your time at work. But when you've been promoted from within and you're now the leader of the team, you need to start walking away from these conversations. You need to hold the respect of your entire team. And can you imagine the damage that you would do to that respect if someone found out that you've been gossiping about them? It's an interesting balance though that you will need to strike, because whilst you need to walk away from these conversations, you need to keep your finger on the pulse and listen to these conversations and monitor them to ensure that nothing is being said that gets out of hand in terms of respectful behaviours. I could write tomes and tomes and tomes about the political storm that brews within a team. And the trouble with being promoted from within, you used to live and breathe within that political storm at one point. There is a sliding scale when it comes to your relationships with a team member. Does person A respect you and work well with you and has a really good relationship with you? Or is person A more on the other side of things and you never really actually got on when you were teammates? Well, you need to really work very hard and very quickly with the people on that end of the scale and ensure that you're able to build a relationship with them that is going to be effective moving forward. It needs to be, at the very least, a professional relationship. If you don't get on as human beings, that's okay. But if you can get the job done together, that's what's important in the workplace. Communicate honestly with your team. Establish the expectations that you have for the new redefinition of the relationship, and then spend some time and listen to them and understand what they think the expectations should be and come to that at the same time. You will need to check every decision that you make and every opinion that you form for the first few months. You need to ensure that these opinions and decisions aren't being jaded by past relationships that you had with members of your team. You will often see people get promoted from within, think that they know absolutely everything there is to know about their new role. And this is rooted in the fact that they've spent so long in the team that they are now leading. Whilst being promoted from within will give you an interesting insight in what you need to do and what you need to change in order to make your team more effective, you need to understand that it's a new role and that you don't know everything that you need in order to do it effectively. There's some things that you will need to do that you weren't privy to prior to this promotion. It will take time to become good at this new role. Make sure it's clear to those around you that you've got the drive to learn and become better at the job that you do. I'm going to take a little break here just to let you know that I do have a Patreon community that you can become a part of. And that community is all about sharing my advice and coaching tips to you directly. So make sure you click that link down below and become a patron today. Enough of that, let's get back to the video. This is your opportunity to have your team reflect your work ethic and behaviors now that you're the leader of the team. If the work ethic is maybe a bit lacking within the team, it's your opportunity to drive that work ethic and improve it. If the can-do attitude is non-existent within the team, you have the opportunity to change that. If you feel like your team is underrepresented in cross-departmental meetings, it's on your shoulders to make sure that changes. The way you make these changes starts with you. Your expectations can be driven directly by what you do and accept. If you have a strong work ethic, your team will have no excuse as to why their work ethic is poor. Behaviours that you walk past will then become accepted behaviours within the team. You already have the job. Don't go over the top trying to prove yourself. Don't push your people too hard, and don't get them to do things that you probably wouldn't do yourself. Being a tryhard can come off as disingenuous and desperate. You don't need to shift the world in a day. Sit back, relax, and take your time and make decisions based on what you see and what you understand. You need to set expectations with your team, and this will help set the boundaries that are needed between yourself and the team now that you're in this new role. Set these expectations in one-on-one conversations with your team members, because then it will give you an opportunity to listen to what they have to say in regards to those expectations. And it might mean that you actually change your expectations with your team. And when you have this back and forth one-on-one conversations with your team members, it means that they're going to be more likely to buy into the expectations and to the standards that you're wanting to set. Beyond setting the expectations with your new team, you need to understand what your boss wants from you. You need to understand what his or her expectations are going to be when you're in this new role, because they're going to be greatly different to when you're in the last role that you were in. You're going to be exposed to things that you didn't think you would be exposed to. So setting expectations with your new boss right from the start will make sure that you're not finding yourself in any trouble down the track. You are new to this. It can be reasonably expected that you don't know everything that you need to know. So just ask. Ask your new peers of how to do these things that you don't know in this new role. It will show your peers that you respect their opinions, and it will help you build harmonious relationships with your new peer-to-peer team. And ultimately, if there's something that you don't know how to do, if you just ask, you'll get the job done much quicker rather than toiling away in the background trying to work it out on your own. And when you get that task done quicker, your team is going to benefit from that task much quicker and much more effectively, and they're going to respect you more greatly as a leader. You should have what you need at your disposal if you find yourself being promoted from within. But if you want to see what your first month should look like in a new leadership role, then you should click this link right here.